Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back, 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 welcome back. Tonight, I thought it would be fun to do a couple of Buzzfeed quizzes. Buzzfeed quizzes. So we are just going to get right into it. I have not read through any of these, so it'll be the first time for everybody. Let's get going. So this first one is answer 15 questions and we'll reveal the color palette that matches your personality. Choose a tiny luxury, buying fresh flowers for no particular reason, taking a spontaneous day trip to somewhere new, getting a reservation at a restaurant everyone's talking about, putting fresh sheets on the bed and canceling every plan, owning a beautifully made version of an everyday object. I'm gonna go with sheets on the bed and canceling your plans. Question 2. What role do you naturally play in the group chat? I remember everyone's birthdays and important events. I send the reaction images that keep the conversation alive. I drop one shocking piece of information, then disappear. I'm usually the one who turns "we should hang out" into an actual plan. Given my last answer, we can already rule that one out. I find the link, confirm the details, and correct the misinformation. I think I'm probably gonna go with the last one. Question 3. Your dream living room absolutely needs an enormous couch everyone can pile onto, a window seat made for reading and people watching, dramatic curtains that make every entrance feel important. Do I even need to read the other ones? I'm sold. Built-in shelves filled with books and interesting objects, a wall covered in art, souvenirs and things collected over time. Dramatic curtains, hands down. Like, it's gotta be that one. Built-in shelves, though, I am a fan, I must say. As I've gotten older, I have realized I apparently have a lot of design opinions, despite not really knowing much about design at all. But the built-in shelves, though, I'm gonna have to go with the shelves. I think. Question 4. A carefully planned day suddenly falls apart. What do you do? Quietly figure out the most efficient alternative. Make sure nobody else is stressed or disappointed. Accept the chaos and turn it into an adventure. Take control and announce the new plan. Find somewhere to eat while everyone regroups. I wouldn't quietly figure out the most efficient alternative. I think I would be vocal about that with people and be like, what are we gonna do, guys? Let's go with find somewhere to eat, because that always helps things, I think. Question 5. Which text message would make you respond immediately? I found ridiculously cheap flights. I saw this and thought of you. Call me, you are not going to believe this. torn between the food and can I get your honest opinion on something? Because I think, like, I don't know, if someone were to, like, ask you that, it's kind of like, my expertise is needed. Like, absolutely. I'm gonna go with that one. Choose an object to keep forever. A box filled with old letters and cards. A passport covered in stamps. A vintage ring with a mysterious history. A recipe book covered in handwritten notes. A beautifully balanced fountain pen. Ink for fountain pens. I'm not going to tell you where that quote is from. Only the true ones are going to know. You got to let me know if you know what that quote is from. I think probably I'm going to say the box with old letters and cards because I kind of have that already. So it seems fitting. Which opening scene would make you want to keep watching? A crowded street market just before sunset. Someone arranging flowers inside a quiet little shop. A stranger stepping out of a car during a thunderstorm. A family laughing together in a slightly messy kitchen. A lone commuter watching the city pass through a train window. The last one, yep, I would watch that show or movie, whatever. Which compliment would mean the most to you? You make everything more fun. You always make people feel seen. There's genuinely nobody else like you. Being around you feels like being at home. Oh, that's cute. You have really good instincts. I'm gonna go with the second one. I think you always make people feel seen is, something that I think would be like a really good thing that someone could say to you. Just because I feel like there's, you don't go out of your way to try and make people feel seen if you yourself have been in that boat, right? If you yourself have sometimes not felt seen, right? So I think I'm gonna go with that one. You unexpectedly have an entire afternoon free. What are you doing? Trying a class or activity I've never done before. Oops, I'm already highlighting one. Wandering through an antique store with no time limit. Going to a late screening, a performance, or gallery event. Making an unnecessarily elaborate comfort meal. Visiting a museum or bookstore by myself. I feel like I may do the elaborate comfort meal one because I also kind of recently did that too. It wasn't super elaborate, like it was just an Alfredo sauce, but like I really wanted to make a true one. But yeah, I'm gonna go with elaborate comfort meal. How do you react to a minor inconvenience? I make a joke and keep it moving. I somehow end up apologizing even when it wasn't my fault. I'm briefly furious, but I will solve the problem. I sigh dramatically and promise myself a treat afterward. I assess the situation and fix it without making an announcement. I mean, it depends on the kind of minor inconvenience, I think. Like, is it minor inconvenience my headphones are tangled? Or is it minor inconvenience I missed the bus and now I have to wait half an hour for the next one? I'm torn between briefly furious and sigh dramatically, but I would probably sigh dramatically and just, yeah, that's something I feel like I would do. Question 11. You're helping host a party. What becomes your unofficial job? Introducing people who I think will get along. Checking in on anyone who seems uncomfortable or left out. Taking control of the music and overall atmosphere. be the second one. Again, just kind of goes hand in hand with the, like, you want to make people feel seen. You want to make sure they feel comfortable and stuff. Which headline best describes your life? Local person says yes before asking a single follow-up question. Friend somehow remembers tiny detail from conversation in 2019. Main character enters room with suspiciously perfect timing. Entire neighborhood fed by person who accidentally made too much. Quiet observer correctly predicted the whole situation. Last one. 100% the last one. Pick something to keep on your desk. A bowl filled with strange little trinkets. A framed photo that always makes you happy. A sculptural candle that is almost too pretty to burn. A mug warmer that has completely changed your life. A fresh notebook with excellent paper. Let's see, what do I keep on my desk? Probably a notebook, I think. Because I don't know, I am one of those people that, like, if my coffee gets cold, it gets cold. I'm still gonna drink it. It's fine. And I like to keep my desk, like, nice and clean. I don't like things that don't need to be there on there. Like, it's just, everything is in my way. There's enough stuff already with, like, a monitor and keyboard and trackpad and laptop and risers and all this stuff. Like, I don't need more things. So I'm gonna say a notebook, because at least that's practical. What can ruin your mood the fastest? Too many things on my desk. Feeling trapped or overly restricted. Someone being casually thoughtless. Being underestimated. Unnecessary tension between people. Total chaos with no plan whatsoever. Honestly, I think it's the casually thoughtless. I think that's one of my biggest things. I just am really, I hate it when people have, like, no self-awareness and stuff, and, like, that's not to say put everyone first and, whatever, but I think just, like, it's the people who, when you're shopping and they're pushing their shopping cart, leave it in the middle of the freaking aisle and, like, go 3 aisles over, and they just leave their cart there for everyone else to have to now maneuver around. And I'm like, it's that kind of tomfoolery that I'm like, that is just thoughtless. So I'm gonna say that one. Finally, what do you protect most fiercely? My freedom, my relationships, my self-expression, my sense of home, my peace of mind. I'm gonna say my sense of home. So let's see. My color palette is cool, classic, observant, composed, and discerning. Cool. Let's see what this says. You're calm, perceptive, and more expressive than you might instantly appear. You notice patterns, make deliberate choices, and rarely follow a trend unless you actually like it. Chambray, am I even saying that right? I've never known how to pronounce this word. That's like a gap in my knowledge, I feel like. That one, and Glacier represent your clear-headed nature. While espresso and clay at depth, practicality, and quiet confidence, Bisque keeps the entire palette approachable. Your taste is polished without being fussy, and you value people and possessions. That quiet it's a pretty nice color palette as well. I feel like it's maybe a little on the darker side, maybe. I'm literally wearing a tie-dye t-shirt, so like it's a little bit dim, I guess, but alright. That's pretty cool. 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 Okay, this one is hopefully gonna be a little bit quicker, but I saw the title of this one, Eat at a Big Buffet, and I will tell you which frog you are. Let's get started. Pick a food. We got fries, rice, curly fries, or fruit. Who the heck is picking fruit? I'm sorry. Like, what are we doing here? I'm just gonna go with fries. Let's do that one. Pick another food. I think I'm gonna sense a pattern here. Fried chicken, cheese, curds, sweet yams, or chips. We're gonna do fried chicken. What a great meal already. That's perfect. Pick another food. Sandwich, grilled cheese, pigs in a blanket, or chicken nuggets. Ooh. I'm gonna eliminate sandwich and grilled cheese already because I don't really like sandwiches, and I actually don't like cheese. Everyone always is on my case about that, but I am who I am. I know my color palette. I'm gonna go with chicken nuggets. You can't go wrong. Pick another. We got skewers, salad, bread, or tacos. Oh, we gotta have bread. We are just like loading this up with just like very little substance at all. Oh my goodness, this. Oh, I can't. No, I can't do this. Pasta, spaghetti, mac and cheese, or Alfredo. Alfredo. And yes, I do pronounce it pasta. And yes, I know that's wrong. Show me where the W is in this word. Where's my pasta? Where's the W? Show me the W, and I will pronounce it that way. I'm just saying. Oh, I mean, I literally said I don't like cheese, but I mean, Alfredo is so, it feels very different. But you need to be in a mood for Alfredo. You can't have it all the time like you can spaghetti. I feel like I'm just gonna go with spaghetti. This was like a decision. Pick another. We have buffalo chicken pizza, veggie pizza, cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza. I'm just gonna go with pepperoni. Absolutely. Pick another. Okay, can we skip this one? I feel like I'm such a picky eater that this is like, I don't know. This one at least looks. I'm just gonna pick that one. I am just neither, but so we have a club, a cheeseburger, a stuffed bagel, a grilled cheese. Sorry, I have never seen it called a stuffed bagel. Is that just me? Like I've never seen that before. I'm probably gonna have to go with a cheeseburger because then I could at least get it without cheese. I don't know. We're gonna go with that one. Ooh, interesting. Paella bites, shrimp, scampi, fried cod, or lobster. I'm also not a seafood person. That's kind of tricky. I think at least with this one, it's like I could eat the other things. And this is not for lack of trying it. Like I've tried a couple different things and it's not the one for me. Okay, pick a final food. We have popcorn, loaded fries. We have soup and seared scallops. We're gonna go popcorn. We're gonna do popcorn. A fruger. Is that right? A fruger delightfully weird. Well, that's true. And always hopping into the fun while making everyone smile. I feel like that's actually kind of accurate. Like, okay, yeah. I could see that. This one is going to be challenging, I think. Your vocabulary is ridiculously advanced if you can guess what these 25 obsolete English words mean. I mean, I couldn't pronounce the name of that color like 3 minutes ago, but we'll see how we do. What does apricity? Oh gosh. Let's see. The smell after rainfall, the first snowfall of the season, the sudden burst of anger, the warmth of the sun in winter. I'm gonna go with warmth of sun in winter. Cool. It's, you know what? It was the, like, après part, because how it just reminded me of, like the après ski thing, like after skiing and you want to be warm and cozy and whatever, so I'm like, after, you get warm after the cold. This is the only one that has sun in, like, winter, so that was the only reason I guessed that one. What is a brabble? A new trigger word, that's what that is. A noisy celebration, a petty argument, a wandering musician, a village gathering. I'm reading these in such a weird order. I'm torn between a village gathering and a petty argument. Like, what are you two brabbling about? Right? Doesn't that sound like legit? Let's go with that one. Oh, let's go. I should just stop it here because I'm not going to know any of them. Oh my gosh, perspicacious. Having a sharp understanding, being overly emotional, speaking very quickly, being physically strong. Perspicacious. Does anybody else think of sweat when they see this word? Or when people talk really fast and they spit, maybe. I don't know. Let's do that one. Nuts. Having a sharp understanding. Interesting. Obfuscate. What does obfuscate mean? What does obfuscate? Oh my gosh. And like my mouth like feels wrong saying these words. Removing unnecessary details. Proving something is true. Revealing a secret. Making something confusing. This one seems kind of tricky, but I think I'm gonna go with making something confusing. Nice. Heck yeah. Oh god. What does yestreen mean? So, I don't think it's tomorrow, because it's like yester, as in past. Yesterday evening. That's kind of like putting those two words together a little bit, isn't it? No, I'm gonna go with that one. Nice. Always go with your gut. There we go. It's like, it feels like they just like combine those two words. Oh god, what the heck is that? What is Borborygmus. Oh gosh. The rumbling sound your stomach makes. A loud sneeze. A ringing Let's just go with this one. Nice. Rumbling sound your stomach makes. Stomach makes. That's solid. Mumpsimus. What does mumpsimus mean? A person who speaks with excessive precision. A person who constantly changes their opinions. A person who refuses to abandon an old mistake. A person who blindly follows tradition. Mumsimus. I mean, these are all hard. Like this, it's giving me nothing. At least with some of the other ones, I'd kind of be like, this makes sense for the definition, but this one's tricky. I don't know, I may do the mistake one. Wow, these are like, I want to jinx it, but what does agastopia mean? Fear of old age, love of ancient buildings, desire to travel the world, admiration of a particular part of someone's body. Just the word topia feels like, desire, love, admiration. It does not feel like fear to me, so I'm gonna rule that one out. Now, it could still kind of be that, like, the agey, like the start of the word age, but it could be like love of ancient buildings, right? I'll just go with that one. Nuts. But my philosophy stands, I think. Admiration of a particular part of someone's body. I wish they would show you phonetically how to pronounce it. Phonetically. A new trigger word unlocked. What does lunting mean? What does lunting mean? Walking in heavy rain, hiking uphill, walking while smoking a pipe, wandering without purpose. I feel like, for whatever reason, I'm drawn to walking while smoking a pipe because, like, why do we need a word for that? I'll just go with that one. Okay, well, why do we need a word for that? Cool. Alright. Oh god, what the heck? I'm not even, you know what? You can see it on the screen. I'm not even gonna. Fear of darkness, anxiety before dawn, trouble sleeping after sunset, a nightmare. Oh gosh. Honestly, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna look away. I'm gonna move my mouse around. Am I on one of them? Let's see. I don't think it's that, but oh. Wow. Okay. Sure. Oh my goodness, what does Womblecropped mean? Feeling dizzy from standing too quickly. I hate that. I think the worst one is when you stand up too quickly, but then your head does like the weird like throb headache just for a few seconds, but it's like, oh my god, no, I don't like it. Feeling weak from hunger, feeling sick from overeating, feeling stiff after strenuous work. I just feel like, I don't know why, but this word, womblecropped, it feels very stiff to me anyway. I'm gonna guess that one. Nuts. Okay, fair enough. I love this, like, wrong. Like, that's intense. Is there even, okay, there there's an exclamation point at the end of correct. Because I was going to be like, that's rude to me. What does pell-mell mean? Pell-mell, 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 pell-mell. With great precision, quietly and secretly, in a hurried, disorderly manner, one step at a time. I feel like, oh gosh, I'm gonna go with this one. Oh shoot, nope. Yeah, that's fair. What does noisome mean? Noisome. I mean, exceptionally noisy would be my first guess. Full of excitement, harmful, or foul smelling, easily noticeable. Noisome. I don't know, is exceptionally noisy one of those things that's like it's too good to be true? That's tricky. Full of excitement, exceptionally noisy. Which one? Which one should we go with? I'm gonna do this one. Shoot. Oh, really? Harmful or foul smelling. Interesting. This is where it all goes downhill. I feel like I did well for a little bit, but what does importune mean? Importune. To make persistent requests. To express sincere gratitude. To settle a disagreement. To reveal a secret. Persistent requests. Nice. I was like, it's important. It's all the time. I don't know. What does pulchritude mean? Pulchritude mean physical beauty, exceptional intelligence, lasting influence, financial prosperity. I'm kind of leaning towards lasting influence just because of like the pull part of the word. It's like you're pulling something in, you're pulling someone in, you're having an influence on them. I'm gonna go with that one. It's gonna be like intelligence or something. Okay, well, that's okay. Physical beauty. Interesting. Okay. Oh, what does jejune mean? Jejune. I'm just assuming I'm pronouncing that correctly, but you never know. Extremely humorous, richly detailed, elegantly written, naive, simplistic, or dull. It feels like such a... I'm leaning towards richly detailed and elegantly written, just because it feels like such a high class word. I don't know. Having a hard time with this one. Richly detailed. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Really? I disagree with this word's meaning. I'm gonna have a word with Webster. What does capricious mean? Capricious. Focused on long-term goals, calm under pressure, changing suddenly and unpredictably, guided by careful planning. What was the word again? Capricious. Oh, I'm gonna right away rule out changing suddenly and unpredictably. I think the other three kind of all fit in a similar theme. Focused on long-term goals and guided by careful planning, a little bit more so than calm under pressure, but capricious. I'm trying to think of how this would be used in a sentence for like each one. think I may go with guided by careful planning. I'm scared. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is like completely going downhill. What does iconic in French? I'm just kidding. Laconic mean? I mean, how do you see that word and not immediately think of that? Like, come on now. Using very few words. Well, that is not me, but speaking with great confidence, telling long and detailed stories. That one is me. Avoiding difficult conversations. No, I'll just do this. Okay, well. Alright. What does inure? I don't know. What does that word mean? Recovering from an illness. Becoming accustomed to something unpleasant. Avoiding unnecessary risks. Learning through observation. I think we just need to guess at this one. I'm gonna do this. Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. You know what? I was gonna actually pick that one, and I didn't. Obviously. Dang. Okay. Fair. Enervate. I don't know. What does enervate mean? Improving mental focus. Increasing physical endurance. Draining someone's energy or strength. Restoring someone's confidence. I think I'm gonna go with improving mental focus. Darn. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh my. What does bombastic mean? Pompous and overly grand in style. I think it's that one already. Honest and straightforward. Witty and entertaining. Calm and reassuring. I think when things are described as bombastic, I feel like it's like a big, like grand kind of thing. I'm gonna go with that one. Okay, I feel good about myself again. What does pejorative mean? Showing admiration or respect. Remaining neutral or objective. Encouraging optimism or hope. Expressing disapproval or contempt. I think I want to go with this one. Oh, darn. Oh, that's so frustrating. I was like this close to picking that one because I was like, it feels like a very like negative kind of word. I don't know. Shoot. Okay. What does sagacious mean? Curious and eager to learn. Wise and showing good judgment. Calm under pressure. Creative and imaginative. You're very sagacious. Like, what does that mean? I don't know. Curious and eager to learn. Okay, that one I could see that. That's always the way, right? Once it's revealed, it's like, oh, okay, I knew that. Like, I could see how that could mean that, though. What does acrimony mean? Acrimony. I don't feel so bad. It's a word that Joey also didn't know. Strong confidence in one's abilities, quiet acceptance of a difficult situation, harshness in speech or behavior, deep admiration for another person. when Joey was trying to, like, if we don't want to be like, we better get acrimonious, like when he's trying to use the word out of context, I feel like I looked it up like once, and I just remember it having like a more negative kind of association with it. Like it's not like a confidence or whatever. I think I'm gonna go with harshness in speech or behavior. Okay. Yeah. That's great. What does perspicuous mean? Clear and easy to understand, highly detailed and technical, clever but intentionally misleading, open to multiple interpretations. Again, I think I'm leaning more towards clever but intentionally misleading and open to multiple interpretations. I'm gonna do clever but intentionally misleading, clear and easy to understand. 11 out of 25. You didn't flop, but you definitely got schooled. That's fair. That's fair. Got a solid vocabulary. But the really obscure words send you into a full-blown guessing spree. You know enough to sound smart at dinner parties. But every time a word like perspicuous or bumps, what was that again? But whatever. Anytime words like this showed up, you were basically playing linguistic roulette. That's fair. That's a fair assessment. Yeah. Okay. Alright.